morning. Today is Friday, so I thought that I would hop in here and instead of just talking about business stuff, I could talk about life a little bit. So I'm here eating my healthy breakfast, which was assigned to me by my nutritionist. And this year I got a nutritionist because I realized that I had been putting everything into my work, into building this business, at the detriment of my health. Now, I have been vegan for 5 years now, I think, and vegetarian for 10 before that. And a lot of people think that that automatically means I'm being much healthier, but that's not exactly true. I got to a point where I didn't really know what to eat. And last year in 2020, I actually lost a bunch of weight because I kind of just got too lazy to cook. And it got really unhealthy. So then I started putting it back on when I started being able to go outside again and get some beers. And that's also not the way that I wanted to gain the weight back. So today I just wanted to talk about a few different things that I started keeping track of. And I realized that all of them are similar in a way. And those three things are time, nutrition, and finances. So, all of these things are things that prior to now, basically, even though on and off I've had times where I'm trying to manage and track all of these things, all of these things are things that are going to be spent and used regardless of whether you track them or not. And all of these things are something that will have consequences regardless of how you approach it. So if you do track them, all three of them, then you will, if you do track them and make sure that you're fitting within your budget and actually owning and choosing how you're going to be spending them intentionally, then you will be in a great position. You will be healthy. You will have time for building your business. You will be spending your time in the places that matter to you most. And then you will be in a healthy financial situation because you will have chosen how you're spending your money. If you want to buy a bunch of shoes, you'll have done so intentionally, knowing that it fits within your budget. So I find that all of these three things are very similar. And in the past, people have commented about my wanting to track all of these things, like calorie tracking. For some reason, there's a bit of stigma around calorie tracking. Like, oh, why do you have to be so obsessed about what you're eating? Just eat clean, or you're eating vegetables already. But what I'm learning with this coach, and also just from noticing how I've felt in the past and my relationship with food, is that I didn't keep track of all my macros and my proteins, my fats and my carbs and those kind of things. And not doing that meant that I wasn't really eating intentionally, just like I'm not spending my time intentionally, and just like I'm not spending my money intentionally. So I think that all of these three things are so important to track. You know how they say you can't manage what you don't measure? No, you can't measure what you don't manage. And those three things are the ones that are going to get spent regardless of whether you're measuring or not. So it's up to you to choose whether you're going to manage these areas of your life, which are the most important areas in your life: your finances, your time, and what you're putting into your body. So I have this little kitchen scale that I got. This is for tracking my food, and I also use MyFitnessPal to track the nutrition in there. I'm experimenting with different time tracking apps. So I've downloaded Timing, which I got with Set App, which is an app for Macs, an Apple software that comes with a bunch of different apps. And one of them is Timing, which is actually records your screen and just tracks everything that you do. Everything. So at the end of the day, I can go through it all and then assign it to different clients or different tasks or different things that I'm doing. So obviously this time tracking is only when I'm on the computer, but running a digital business, I'm on my computer most of the time. And that's the time that I really want to be tracking. And then finances, I'm also experimenting with different apps there. I've been on You Need a Budget, which has completely changed the way that I spend my money and completely brought me back into control of my money. which has always been a challenge for me. I've haven't been very money oriented. I can make a lot of it, but then spending it the right way has always been my challenge. So having this structure and framework for me on giving every dollar a job has been really important. Now, trying to separate business and finances and get my head around it's the company's money and not my money. This is my challenge for this year. So if you have any recommendations for apps to help track company money, I think You Need a Budget is a little bit more personal, although I have been using that for tracking company spending. I'm looking to change. So this is my input. Let me know what you think. I finally realized I am a Virgo, and I'm very Virgo, Virgo sun and Virgo moon, and whether you believe in that or not, it doesn't really matter, because what I'm saying is that I fit the personality, the typical personality of the sign that I have, whether it's because I have that sign or not. I do fit that personality, which is liking to have things in order and things well organized. And I found that there's nothing more important to me than my health. And I think that my health encompasses how I spend my time, what I put in my body, and how I spend my money that I've worked so hard to make. So that's it for me. Happy Friday. Thank you for listening, and see you guys on Monday.